Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Crazy D's Equipment. So today, guys, I'm going to take you through the walk of all the new tractors and stuff that I bought. We've been quite busy. Unfortunately, they're all spread out all over the place, so we got to go for a little bit of a road trip here and there. But first things off, we just picked this thing up, a little John Deere 214 baler with a 4-cylinder Wisconsin. Me and Doc worked on this Saturday. We finally got a little bit of spark, but we got to do a little bit more to it. But here, let me show you the big prize over here. Come with me. So guys, this here is a Case 300 or a 310 wide front industrial. It's got the big weight on the back, so no 3-point, no PTO, shuttle shift. I'd love to fire it up and run it for you, but I'm getting sick and tired of being sprayed by hydraulic fluid. When I moved this thing over here, I had a hose break. This thing needs all new hoses for sure. And then I'm going to probably need the doc to look at the carburetor and do some work on the carburetor. It runs, and it runs okay, but it just, something's not right there. So, but it's a little rough. It's got some tin work issues that need to be addressed and some other things that need to be addressed on, especially hoses, that kind of stuff. So this thing came in. Now, for those that are longtime subscribers to the channel, you guys remember the 200 Ford tractor, the one I taught Angie how to drive on, and then we did the Will It Start video. A guy bought that thing for full price, but decided that he needed to trade in a tractor, and he traded this thing in along with another one with it. Now, the other one with it is over at Joe's place, and we'll see that one here later on today. But it's a lot rougher, and I believe the motor's stuck on that one, and we'll get to that one later. But this is the 300 or the 310 industrial loader. You know, I don't know much what to say about it because we haven't done much with it. It's just come in not too long ago, and we need to do some work. So this is one of them. Many more to go. All right, guys, so now we're out at the farm, but before we start talking about this fine jewel that I purchased, I just wanted to say to you all, if you haven't become a member or liked or whatever the Crazy D Facebook page, please do. I just changed the settings on it the other day, and I made it's open to the public for you guys to share your tractor related stuff. So I really kind of want to build like a Crazy D tractor community there for all of us. I just kind of have like a short, I have a few little things I kind of like want to ask of you. A, let's keep it clean. Let's be nice to each other, and let's nothing politics, because you know, let's just have one safe haven on the internet where there's no politics for right now. But otherwise, guys, please share anything and everything tractor and equipment related. I want to see your stuff, and I'm sure the other people who have like that page, want to see the same thing, so we'll put a link down below and the little clicky thing on the dilly bopper that Scott does and however he does it for you all to know where to go to get to the Crazy D Facebook page. But please do that, guys, please do. So, but now back to why you all are really here. So I just picked this thing up here. This is a Case 930, which you all can tell. It is a propane version. I was flipping through eBay, and I was looking for parts for the funk conversion, and somehow I bought a 930 case. So that's just kind of happens with me. So this is where I need your guys' help. I don't know if I want to keep it or if I want to move this one on. Now, it came out of the Panhandle of Oklahoma. I don't know if it's running or not. We haven't messed with it at all. The gentleman I bought it from, he didn't know a lot about it. He was cleaning up a father's farmstead. There was several tractors. This was one of them. He had posted it a few times on eBay and it hadn't sold. And I contacted him through the messenger through eBay and said, "You're asking this, but would you take this?" And he said, "Sure." So I made the offer. He accepted the offer. I bought the tractor. Joe was nice enough to run down to the Panhandle and go get it for me. It actually ended up being 40 miles further than the guy told us it was. So Joe wasn't real happy with me there. That was a lot longer trip than you'd planned. But back on the tractor. So like I said, it's a propane version, 6-cylinder engine. The tin work is really nice on it. The screens are nice and straight. I had pulled them off. I put them back on for shooting just so you guys could see how nice and straight the screens are. It's definitely been sitting out kind of outside, but man, down in the Panhandle of Oklahoma, I mean, they don't get a lot of rain, so this thing hasn't been in a lot of moisture. The tires aren't too bad. There's no water. When you pull the dipstick, there's no water in the oil. So, and it's good, clean looking oil because it is a propane. So I don't know if it'll take too much to get it going or not. Then maybe one afternoon I'll drag the dock over here kicking and screaming and we'll play around with this thing and see what it'll do. But you guys have to help me decide. Do I keep it or do I let this one go? Now I'll tell you honestly, I have 3 other propane 930s. I don't have a square fender. This is a square fender, but one of the square fenders back there looks like a dinosaur took a bite out of the back, like they were chased by a T-Rex, like it was in Jurassic Park or something. But so you guys tell me. So, but anyways, this is a 930. This is one. We have many more to go. So let's get down to Joe's place now. All right, guys. So heading out to Joe's here. We can get down all these dirt roads here. But we got quite a few things sitting out here at Joe's, and we've been buying left and right. We've got quite a few things we picked up. Some of these tractors I think I'm going to sell as is, where is, no warranty applied or otherwise, whatever. Some of these have got some big projects we got to get fixed. Some of these are going to be heading up to the shop. Some of these are going to be definitely going to end up on the lot. It's just there's quite a bit of stuff over here. And we'll get over here to Joe's so I can get you guys showed everything. It's going to be quite interesting. There's a lot of stuff. We've bought quite a few things. So let's finish up the tour of all Crazy D's new projects. So guys, this is a D17 Series 2. We picked this up a few months ago. about 2, on a farm sale. Didn't give very much for it. Unfortunately, it was stuck at the time when we purchased it. They went ahead and brought it back. We were hoping that it was just like some valves or something that were stuck and it would be easy to fix. But it ended up, it's a little bit more than that. So it's going to be a complete rebuild, new pistons, new sleeves, new cylinders, or the whole valves, everything's. Junior, well, probably not Junior, but the dock is going to help Joe. Joe's already got started. The kit's ordered, it's on its way. But, I mean, the rubber's really good on this tractor. The tin works really straight and nice. It was really well taken care of. But for the fact that they didn't cover the exhaust when they quit using it, and it sat for a couple years, and it didn't take that long, and that was it. So, but this is a major ongoing project. This will end up on the lot here just as soon as it's done, which will hopefully here be soon, because the kits should be here any day, and they're going to get into this one really deep. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, guys, so right here we have another D17, but this is actually a diesel version. You guys know the D14 that's on the lot right now that we did a couple videos with, me and Junior trying to get it to get going, I believe. And this tractor came from that same auction. This thing's locked up tighter than a drum. I think we're just going to do an engine swap on this, and we believe possibly the diesel engine out of like a C2 Gleaner combine will go in this thing. So that's the plan, was this. Otherwise, it's a pretty straight, pretty decent tractor. It doesn't have 3-point, but you can put the adapter thing on the back like the D14 has. That's at the shop. The rubber, we're going to have to do a little work there, and a few other little knick-knack things here and there, but otherwise I think this tractor will be pretty nifty. And you don't come across the diesel versions very often. That's kind of odd and kind of rare, but so that's one more that we got to do. Many of tractors to go through, but that's the diesel D17. All right, guys, so here's the next one. We got an Allis-Chalmers 190 XT Series 3. This one here, a buddy of mine from high school stopped into the lot one day and said, I got an old tractor sitting behind the place. It's an old Allis, and the wife's really wanting it gone. She wanted me to get the place cleaned up. Would you be interested in it? I said, yeah, I guess. I didn't know what it was. He stopped by again a little bit later, said, well, it's an old Allis 190. I said, well, okay, yeah, I can come by and look at it. So I called Joe, and me and Joe, a couple weeks later, we went and looked at the thing. We walked around it. It hasn't been sitting for a little while. We got some TLC we got to give this thing. There's water in the motor, so we're just going to pull this motor out. We got a motor from I think it's a Model G Gleaner combine that we're going to swap out, put in here. We got to change out the injector pump and the hydraulic or power steering pump to make it work, but we can put that. We'll put that in there, and that should be a pretty interesting job. But otherwise, this tractor is really straight. It's got the front wheel weights, all the tin works there, and it's all nice and in good shape. The rubber's not too bad, but for one bad front tire. Otherwise, we'll get this thing done. I think we're going to kind of redo the inside of the cab a little bit and get it cleaned up. And this thing here will head up to the lot as soon as we get this one done. So let's move on to the next one. We still got more to go. All right, guys, so here's the next one. This was a little David Brown Case 885, 3-cylinder diesel. Joe found this one when he was visiting family in Missouri and picked it up for pretty cheap. The guy that sold it to him told him it was stuck. It ends up it is not stuck. We don't know why he thought it was stuck, but it's not. We got a little bit of elbow grease it does need. Need to put some ball joints on the front. The tank has a spot it needs to be patched. There needs a little work on the starter. The one part here is not kicking the starter out like it's supposed to. But and I think there was something else, and I can't remember what Joe told me he found on it. I think it was like the power steering pump. We need to address that issue on it yet either. But otherwise, it's a pretty straight, pretty nice tractor. The rubber's fairly decent on it. And this is something that's definitely going to end up on the lot here is once we get it wrapped up. But I'm kind of looking forward to having a David Brown on the lot. I think I'm going to do a couple videos on this guy, so you're going to see a little more of this tractor later, and probably use this tractor as a bounce off to do a little bit of history on the David Brown Company. But otherwise, this is one more that's coming in and another project we got going on. So let's move on to the next one. Many more to go. All right, guys, so here's the next two I picked up. So this here is a pair of GB Minis. These two are on, this one was on an online auction. And I bought this one on the online auction, and we went to go pick it up. And when we were there, the old man was like, well, would you be interested in another one? And I thought, well, maybe, depends on what you want for it. So then we went, he walked over behind the barn, and this one was sitting. So we looked over this one, and it's pretty straight and everything, but for a front tire missing on it, which I got a feeling it's probably was put on this tractor at one time. Otherwise, they got the big wide plow fenders on them. They are both propane. They are both stuck. I don't know what we're going to do with them. I tell you what, if anybody's interested in this pair of GBs, I will sell you the pair of them for $800. Both of these, you can have both tractors for $800 bucks. Both GB Minis. Like I said, they're complete, ready to go, pretty ready for restoration project. So, but yeah, that's the two GBs. Not a whole lot to say about them. Not a whole lot I know about them. Just there we go. Let's look at the next one. All right, guys. So we'll get over here to the smallest tractor. I mean, the biggest tractor. So we picked up this Versatile 850 not too long ago here. I picked it up on an auction. On the day of the sale, it wouldn't start. They said that they didn't know the last time it had run. They had thought that they'd used it the year prior, but they weren't for sure if Dad had used it or not. So they sold it as a non-runner. There really wasn't any interest at the auction for the tractor, so we picked it up pretty reasonable. I went and that next couple days later, Joe came out to the sale with me, and we were cleaning up all the equipment and stuff that we'd bought for the lot and for Joe and stuff. And we took a look at this, and all it was that was keeping it from started was there was a wire that goes on the back of the key switch. It was a ground wire. It had come loose. We hooked that wire back up to turn the key. It took right off, purred like a kitten. We were able to get it hauled back here and stuff. I haven't decided if it's going to be a lot tractor. It's kind of big for my lot, or if it's just going to be something we purple wave. Most likely it's going to be a purple wave tractor. But that's the story of the big Versatile 850. So guys, let's end the day where we started today. So remember I told you the gentleman traded in the two tractors on the Ford 2000. So this is the last half of the trade-in. This is the other Case 300 round nose. The other tin works up in the yard, and I will have some pictures of it. It's really straight, really nice looking tin work. Unfortunately, the motor's stuck on this thing, and the rest of the tractor's pretty rough. And I'm not really for sure what I want to do with it, if it's a parts tractor or what. Maybe take between the two, make a package deal, sell them both or something. If anything, this might make a parts tractor for the good one. I don't know. The thing about this one is this does have the rear end that does have 3-point and PTO and stuff. So I don't know, it might be worth to do a rear end swap so you can have 3-point and PTO but still have the loader and everything else on it. So, but that's basically that's all the new projects. So I guess, guys, thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching. Remember to go check out Crazy D's Equipment Facebook page and become part of the new Crazy D community. Please share your stuff. And otherwise, guys, we'll just catch you on the next video. Thank you so much.